Today on the show, can I guess old Christian songs from just the first second?
We try to help a girl who has lost all faith in men due to,
I don't know. The top 10 ways that getting old and being sheltered are basically the same thing.
And we share our 3 favorite movies of all time.
All of this and more on episode 3 of the Blimey podcast. I'm genuinely interested in how getting old and sheltered are the same thing, so let's figure it out.
Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. And thank you to our new supporters at supportblimeycow.com this week. Those people are Krista Tebbs, Mariah, and Ice-Type Fennekin. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the program. This is the 3rd episode of our podcast. Boy, I really like doing this.
I do too, Josh. I do too. I love reading the comments. I love Lamp. I love Lamp.
How was your week?
Excellent, Josh. You know very well why. Do you know why?
Because of the doghouse?
Yes, guys, we have an update on the underground doghouse that there is no visual on. We've never shown a picture of this. We just keep talking about it.
Oh, right.
People don't know.
I've got pictures this week. Can I show a picture on the screen, or do you want...
That's fine.
Okay. Well, this is what we worked on this week. Me and my father, his father... went over and helped him lay all the concrete, 2,600 pounds of concrete.
Yeah. It was a great experience. I've poured footing before, which is a foundation, but I've done that before, but actually where someone's going to kind of see it, that was new. But the thing is, no one's actually going to see this because this doghouse is going to be buried underground. It's on a hillside, so I'm going to build a retaining wall in front of the doghouse and then just fill it with dirt. And so you're not even going to see it. All you're going to see is a hole in the retaining wall. It's going to be like a little hobbit hole. I could make it circular. Let me know. Should I do it circular? I don't think I'm going to, but I might. So it went well. I mean, Josh, it was exciting. I now know how to screed concrete.
Screed concrete. Well, that's cool. Yeah,
it was.
It was.
You guys were huge help.
It was pretty wild, pouring all that concrete and doing all that.
30.
I learned a lot.
2 or 33 bags.
Man, that was crazy.
80 pounds each.
It was fun. We had a good time.
We did.
I went to an estate sale for the first time this week.
Excellent.
We bought a China hutch.
And we just moved that into the house.
And you helped me move it in. We were both helpful to each other this week.
We were. That was
various
great.
projects. Thank you. Hey, let's look at the memes of the week. Here we go. All right, here's Jordan's meme of the week. Let's check this out.
You're looking for something?
Look, if I'm looking for a specific tool to precisely target areas of my home to get my house in order, let's say, okay, and the first thing I'd want to do is examine the various substructures of the foundation of the home so that I can lay a certain framework around which I can organize my priorities in a hierarchical substructure as well. So,
You need like wood and pipes and nails?
yes.
Okay, well, you want cement too to make the house with bricks?
Ha, well, 98% of bricklayers are men. You want to equalize that?
No, sir.
What about prison? It's about 98% male. Do we equalize that?
No prison, sir. You need to go in.
All right, that's pretty funny.
I've never seen a better Jordan Peterson impression. It was so precise that I actually thought that it was a voiceover, that he had
AI or
mimicking.
something.
Yeah, I didn't think that it was real.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Jordan Peterson's voice.
There's a few good ones floating around. That was one of the better ones I've seen for sure. All right, check this one out.
Entertainment will be randomly generated.
Randomly generated?
Randomly generated. What better way to achieve the
Oh,
unexpected?
I remember this.
Hi, Larry. Hi, Bob.
Greetings.
Hey, those are robots.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Weed eater.
Now that's funny.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's funny because it's unexpected.
What else did they predict? Did they predict COVID-19?
Do you want to play a game, Jordan?
Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and play this game. What is it called?
It's a new segment I like to call Two Can Play That Game. I have clipped old Christian songs, and I want to see if you can guess the song from the first 1 second.
Okay.
All right? And here's the deal.
I'm not going to know the name. I don't know the names of songs. I don't know the names of songs, but I will know the song.
Okay. Well, here it is. There are 7 of them, and I want to see if you can get a majority of them. So can you get 4? If you can get 4,
Yes.
you win. All right? You
I'm
guys ready for
confident.
this? All right, you guys play along at home. Here we go.
You missed the first one.
I'm going to play that one later.
Again, I don't know the song, but DC Talk, Jesus Freak, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I thought you would know that one. All right, that's one. Good
Oh,
job.
I got one.
Okay, next one.
Yeah, I know that song, but is that Michael W. Smith?
It is.
I don't know the song. I don't
Think about
know.
how would it go? Any idea? You at least got Michael W. Smith. Yeah.
He just it does it over and over again.
And a friend's a friend.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
all right.
right. That's
I'll
right.
give you the point since you knew the artist.
Okay. That's a song that I didn't listen to too much, but
Okay.
I know the song.
Mom would listen to those cassettes in the car heading down to Opryland all the time. All right.
That's Stephen Curtis Chapman. That's Dive.
Yeah, wow. Look at you. 3 for 3. I'm surprised. All right, one more for the win.
I just sing the song in my head. That's Audio Adrenaline, but I don't know. Big House.
Wow.
There we go.
Dude, congratulations. You won. I thought maybe you wouldn't even get 3.
I'm impressing myself. Rain, rain on my face. That's Jars of Clay. I forget that. Rain in 4 days. But if I get 40 days.
Flood.
Flood.
You got
Thank
it.
you.
Got
Thank
it.
you.
All right. Wow. 2 more. Here we go.
Our God's an awesome God.
Who sings
God
it?
is
Remember?
I don't. Sonic Flood. They're the ones the beginning of the end for us.
Rich Mullins.
Rich Mullins. That's right.
Sonic Flood. Okay.
I think worship song Sonic Flood. 'cause they're the
They
first.
started this whole thing. All right. Next, here's the final one.
Entertaining Angels.
Bye.
The Newsboys.
Of
They
course.
were my band growing up. The same way that Jeff Gordon was my NASCAR driver growing up. You just got to pick one.
You got 7 for 7. Congratulations.
Did I impress you? I thought I was going to get every one of these. I truly did.
I thought you wouldn't get Rich Mullins. I thought you wouldn't get Michael W. Smith. And truthfully, I didn't think you were going to get Big House either. I thought that was going to be a little too old.
No, as soon as you did this, I was like, he's going to play Big House.
Well, thanks.
We need to do this again. And you need to find a little bit more obscure ones, but not too obscure, Josh. But these were really mainstream.
Why don't you pick some songs?
Because you're going to know them all.
And that's not necessarily. Pick ones you think I won't know.
Okay.
But ones that you know that I've heard of.
Well, I want ones that people will know of. I don't want to pick some random, but I've got a bunch just popped into my head, so I'll do that next time.
Okay.
I don't know how you saved these songs.
I just did an audition. I just,
Okay.
All right.
I don't know how to do that.
Took me like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's going to take me an hour.
Now, Jordan, it's been a while since we overhauled our website. And
I know.
I kind of want to now because of doing the podcast and stuff. I want to have places on there where people can I don't know, make a top 10 and send it in to us or
That'd be cool.
do all kinds of send us emails
A little
for the
more
show.
interactive.
A little more interactive. So that's something that we are working on this year. But anyways, you know who makes that really easy?
Squarespace. Now, guys, no matter what kind of project you're starting, like us with this podcast, our YouTube channel, or me with my podcast that I'm working on again, the If Then podcast,
Hey.
you need a good-looking site to let people know your project is for real. We've tried many different platforms over the years, trust us, and the best one by far is Squarespace.
Squarespace makes everything simple. Beautiful templates you can have up and running in minutes. Email marketing, video creation, site analytics. It's all 1 or 2 clicks away and easy to navigate.
They have a template template no matter what kind of site that you want to create, whether it's a blog, a portfolio, web store, or whatever else you need. They all look great, and you can customize them to do whatever you want.
So let me ask you, what kind of project are you ready to start? A podcast like us, maybe a shop, whatever it is, it's time to finally build that website you've been putting off.
Squarespace helps us run our businesses, and they can help you too. If you want your own space on the web, do it with Squarespace.
Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to our link, squarespace.com/cow, because there you're going to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
That is squarespace.com/cow.
Hey, let's talk about some feedback from the last episode. We got a lot of really nice comments.
Did we? Very
yeah,
good.
we did, so I wanted to read some of them. People were nice enough to comment.
Let me read this one.
Okay.
The first episode's message section wasn't good. I agree. That was very obvious. But this one was.
This is in reference to episode 2, so we
Yeah.
did the message again.
Okay. You got to the bottom of things and did it together like a team, and it worked. But the first one made me think that maybe Messages Land should stick to a one-man operation. This may be the first podcast I watch on a regular basis now, but you should release short clips of the podcast too. We got that suggestion, Josh, last week, and I completely shut it down.
Thank you,
But we should do that.
Angle Smith, for that one. This is from Daniel Schmertle. He says, to memorize every word of Reliant K's 2 lefts don't make a right, you would have to memorize gibberish. So good luck with that. Another great episode.
But the problem is that
I
it
have that
doesn't-
memorized.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you don't actually need to have it. You don't actually need to know it. Like, I could memorize a Spanish song and not know Spanish. Like, it's the same thing.
All right. Peter LeBeau says,
I miss Christian memes. we just released one.
yeah.
So-
or we will on Tuesday.
We're releasing one on Tuesday. So you're in luck, Peter. LeBeau. Ink Master is one of my favorites too. I thought I was going to get lit up for watching Ink Master. So thank you, Megan. I don't want tattoos either, but I can appreciate the artistry and creativity that they have. It's the stress that they're under, and they just knock it out of the park 9 times out of 10.
And I'm just blown away that people walk into the building just saying, yeah, I want this tattoo. I'm aware I'm on the reality show, and you might just completely screw this up. It just blows my mind that people are willing to do that.
More
and
than
they're like,
willing.
oh, huh?
More than willing.
Well, you know, it's just, I mean, I think they say like, oh, you can cover it. And it's like, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that costs money to do. I don't know. Anyways, what's next?
Dude, this is weird. Let me read this like he wrote. I don't know if this guy wrote. Dude, this is weird. I didn't know that Blimey Cow was changing their usual structure for Messy Mondays.
Yeah, these are really long form Messy Mondays episodes we're doing now.
Exactly the same thing.
I think we're going to get comments like this for like months of people like, wait, like people that have not watched our videos in years coming back like, what is this?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, speaking of.
But that's fine. They seem to like the show.
I'm happy they do. Nathan, speaking of, said, I miss you guys and you are doing a podcast. Let me subscribe immediately. And then he commented again. He was so overwhelmed that he had to comment again. He said, I don't know where I've been, but we need to talk about Josh's glow up.
I saw this comment. You were stunned by Josh's presence.
My glow up.
That's what they call it, a glow up these days.
I'm back, baby.
I don't use that word, so I was trying to come up with another way to say
Stunned by the
thing.
presence. Well, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. And now a compliment for Jordan.
Oh, I saw this.
Rose says, I'm sorry, but Jordan's silence is funnier than filling the silence would be.
Yeah, it was awkward silence because it was just what it was. That's in reference to the first episode.
All right, final comment is from Robert. The whole conspiracy bit was absolutely hilarious. Jordan's believing that the Green Goblin killed JFK just got me.
I didn't expect that you were gonna know the guy's name. For some reason.
Tons of stuff.
Oh, great!
I know the
Okay,
official
good.
narrative about lots of things.
Well,
All right.
let me ask you:
Now, do I actually
All right,
know who
well,
killed
whatever.
JFK? No, but I know who they say did it.
have you heard? Are we gonna get banned if we say flat Earth?
You might get one of those little. things
I
at the
will
bottom.
laugh so hard if we actually get from me saying that one time. I'm not going to say it again. If we get it from that one, I am going to die of laughter. I will explain. I don't believe it, but I will explain to you next week. We'll have a conspiracy section.
Okay.
I will explain
This
to
could
you
be your deep thought.
Yes, I will explain to you what the flat earthers believe and why they believe it.
Just do that on the deep thoughts this week.
I will do that this week.
All right.
Let's get to the message. Dear Jordan, I am 17 years old and go to a lot of different churches and their young adult groups. One time, we started talking about porn, and one of the guys there told me that almost every guy struggles with it. I didn't believe him, and so I asked a couple of my other guy friends, and they all said he was right. I went to other groups, and guys there also said the same thing. They admit that it's wrong, but act like it's normal to quote-unquote slip up once in a while and do porn. And they think I am stupid for waiting for a guy who doesn't find porn tempting. I feel heartbroken now, and my reality has been completely shattered. For weeks now, I can't even think about it without crying. I have been keeping myself and my mind pure just to be handed over to someone who finds trash tempting. Every place I turn, men of all ages, including married ones, are saying the same thing, and I feel like godly marriage and purity is just a fairy tale now. I am so distraught and depressed. What can I do? See, I had this realization too, Josh, but the problem is I'm a guy and can brush it off and say, I'm not going to be like that. So that gives me hope. I am giving myself hope. But for a girl...
She's horrified.
Yeah,
She's
what's the
lost all
hope
faith.
here? What's the hope? Because she's not a guy, so she can't like put a glimmer of hope into the realm of men in her mind. She's like, it's hopeless.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really know what to say about it. I just thought it was an interesting question.
She's wanting to feel better. I mean, she's basically, she said, this is the reality of the world. Make me feel better. What can I do?
I think it would probably be very frustrating or scary if every time you mentioned it, everyone's like, "Oh yeah,
It's weird how
this is normal."
Yeah, I feel like she's a girl asking guys. I feel like that's a little odd that the guys are like opening up saying
Right.
that they do too. That seems weird. You'd think that they would like hide that or something. I don't know.
They're just like, there's strength in numbers.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's probably what it is.
We all right? We slip up sometimes. Give me a break.
I mean, what can you do? Look, there are guys out there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many. And it depends on how. Oh, you're only 17. Okay, look, there's hope. There's hope. I thought you were gonna say I'm like 32, and this is at that point. Yeah, I think that's difficult. You're gonna have to start making some sacrifices to get things done. But if you're only 17, I missed that little factoid. I actually believe that there is hope. I think that there's that you can still find somebody out there who hasn't at 17.
I think that you're. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be such like a shift in the opposite
Pendulum.
direction here. Pendulum shift. Thank you. At some point, just even if it's not like ideological, just like. People are going to stop using smartphones. They're going to stop looking at.
I don't think so. I believed that
Because this has been the mainstream culture for so long that eventually there's a rebellion against whatever the norm is.
Right, but it's different than like it's different because this is actually like psychologically damaging. This is like a true addiction. This is like saying people have been on heroin and they're going to stop. Right. It's like, well, not if their parents were giving it to them when they were 2 to make them stop crying. You don't have any control.
What? Hold on.
Because I'm saying like when you're in the car and you like,
oh,
hey, shut up.
You're talking about smartphones. Okay.
Yeah, and then they give them an iPad and then they are quiet in the store.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just making the analogy that it's the same thing. And so I don't think so. I literally think that this is for the long haul. and it's only going to get worse. I truly believe that. I know that's a downer. They call it a black pill, Josh. But that sometimes you need the black pill to get the white pill, to be the change. You need to know what's coming. So if you're 17, I truly believe that you're going to be able to find somebody out there. I think that there can be a rebellion for people who are addicted to porn, but not like just smartphone usage in general. But like I think that there can be a rebellion of people who haven't been exposed to that as children, because parents are more willing to, like, you know, put up safeguards if they don't, you know.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe this is why I'm more optimistic, because I like you have seen how pervasive it is.
Yeah.
And now I've got kids, and so in my mind it's like, okay, what do I need to do to make that, you know what I mean, in a way that parents over the last 10, 15 years maybe just didn't. I don't know what's going on. I'm hooked on it too. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about smartphone use or just porn?
I'm talking about porn right now. But yeah, I mean, smartphones too.
Right.
Smartphones too. And it's tough. It's especially with smartphones. It's like, you know, in the same way that we would watch movies and TV growing up. It's like, okay, well, here's a more compact, convenient screen. But for some reason, it is psychologically different.
It can do multiple things. A TV couldn't do multiple things.
That's right.
When you're working on your computer, it can do multiple things, millions of things. That's the difference.
It is similar to like playing video games. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know.
I think that there's hope. I think that what you can do is just stay the course, and you know, I hope somebody will come into your path. But if you're 17, there's still hope out there for you. I wouldn't be black-pilled at this point. Definitely not.
All right. Wow. You ready to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Jordan, this week I really set out to make a list that would genuinely make you laugh.
Okay, like I don't have to fake it so
Yeah,
you have
like
to put the
real.
laugh track. All right, let's hope so, because I don't want to fake laugh again.
This is the top 10 ways that getting old and being sheltered are basically the same thing. Are you ready for this?
I am literally not going to laugh at all if I don't find this funny.
All right.
If I laugh, it is truly laugh.
The ways getting old and being sheltered are the same thing. Number 10, you follow a strict diet that your caretaker promises will keep you alive longer. You just want some ice cream.
Okay.
Number 9, you haven't walked outside in years. Number 8, all of your friends are old people. If you're sheltered, you have a lot of old friends.
That's right.
And if you're old, you also have a lot of old friends.
My brain is doing mental gymnastics trying to piece together but then when it hits me, it's like, oh, okay, that's funny.
All right.
So just give me a second.
Okay. Number 7, you just wish. Number
You
7, you just wish someone would call you instead of you having to call them if you want to keep the relationship going.
This is clever, Josh.
Thank you. Number 6, you pretend you don't hear things when you don't want to hear them.
The way you worded that was funny.
Number 5.
And you wrote it and you struggled to read it.
Well, I reworded it on the fly because I realized it was funnier if I said it differently. Number 5, you only watch black and white movies. Number 4, you tell people you don't believe the fake news, but all you do is watch the news.
Josh, I don't think that you came up with this.
I did. I came up with these.
I think you found this on AI.
No, I made this up. I'm very proud of this list.
We should go to AI and say, hey, how are shelter people and old people the same? And see what they come up with.
It'll take 20 years for...
No, we don't have to do it, but I'm just saying somebody should do that and comment below.
All right,
the
that's
top
fine.
10, just do it for us. We don't have to.
All right, number 3 way that getting old and being sheltered are basically the same thing. You would rather crochet than talk to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, you think the old hymns are better than this new hippie crap. And number 1, when you hear a phrase you don't know, you just nod along like you do. It's probably something sexual anyway. Kids these days.
Dude, that is funny. That was very good.
Thank you.
See, I didn't laugh as much as I was just in awe at the connections. That was like when I listened.
You never believed it.
Well, no. I mean, this is much like when I heard for the first time that the pyramids was a interconnected Wi-Fi. No,
Right.
it was an energy source that gave energy to the entire world for free, and it was right by the Nile. And the Nile shifted.
People in the comments had heard of this.
This is mainstream. I'm telling you, Bright Insight, if you follow his channel, it's mainstream. I watched him before that man had 1 million views. I watched him when that dude was doing book reviews, okay, on his channel. All of a sudden, he starts putting this stuff out, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And then it starts getting millions of views. I'm like, okay, now people believe what I believe. Excellent.
Never heard of this. Okay, it's very exciting.
Bright Insight. He was also on Joe Rogan after he got popular, so that was weird to see.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay, so what are we on now, Josh?
Deep thoughts.
Oh, deep thoughts. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what the flat earthers believe. And Josh, you're going to realize that you don't believe what they believe, but you believe what they believe, the way that they think. You think the same way. This is what happened to me. So flat earthers, their thing is they don't believe. They have to see it to actually know that it's real. Like, I don't think that they actually believe in things like gravity and stuff like that because they can't. So they basically their ultimate. I'm not going to follow the narrative of what they tell me reality is.
Okay.
That's their whole thing. So if they're like, hey, I can do experiments and see and prove, without pictures of like what the NASA and all this stuff tells you, that the sun revolves around the flat earth. We can observe that on planet Earth. From my perspective, that is what I am physically seeing. So it's I appreciate the sentiment and the way that they're thinking, but it's too much. It's taken too far. It's Josh, but it's also it's like when they were making us go in one lane down the grocery store during all that stuff.
Dumb.
That's this. I get the same feeling.
Yeah.
As in some way. I don't even know what I'm really saying when I say I get the same feeling, but I feel a connection to the flat earthers where it's like, okay, this is stupid, but everybody's doing it.
You have this like anti-establishment streak that just says like, just because you're telling me this doesn't mean that I agree with you.
Yeah.
I might do it
Right.
because I don't feel like making a big deal about this, but I hate every second of this and I don't believe it.
Right. That's so I feel for the flat earthers.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm one of you, but I'm not.
Yeah.
That's the
that
thing.
seems like a stressful. I mean, it is a stressful way to live your life.
You have to constantly prove. You have to constantly be the expert.
Right.
You can't trust anybody but other people. Who think the same way.
I feel like I am naturally like skeptical of most things, and even like things that are like, I don't know. I tend to think, assuming that's true. Like I think that all the time. You know what I mean? And I mean, you can, because you could look at history and like, boy, they thought that was true.
Right.
There's like 1,000 things that is like, boy, they just all really just based a lot on the assumption that was true, and it wasn't even close to true.
Bleeding people out, like when people were sick, they would just make them lose a lot of blood and think they had bad blood, and that didn't work out. There's a lot of different stuff that was weird back in the day.
Yeah.
But
we're not so enlightened now.
No, we're actually less enlightened. In fact, but next week I will tell you another way that people think of the Earth that most of you have never heard of, and I'll give you all the ins and outs on what this one is, because this one's more compelling.
Okay,
but it's not
can't
right
wait to hear it. I can't wait to
But
hear
it is compelling.
this thing that's not true, but is compelling.
It could be true. And I'll give you some proof, Josh.
Okay.
I'll give you their proof
All
that
right.
I don't believe but want to believe. All right. Rank you very much.
All right, Jordan, you didn't write down your top 3 favorite movies of all time. Can you think of them off the top of your head?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to try to guess mine?
Yeah, I'll abbreviate mine.
Okay.
SM. This is a movie?
Yeah.
Simpsons movie.
Yeah, it's Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, of course.
Which I'm guessing is on your list,
Yeah,
too.
it was.
Okay,
Okay,
so
mine was lowercase SM.
Okay.
So you would have guessed. I'm kidding. It wasn't actually, but It was a joke.
Okay.
It was a fake laugh that you just gave.
I don't know
That's
what you're
okay.
talking about.
I was saying that you put capital S, capital M.
Uh-huh.
I said, oh, mine was going to be lowercase, lower M.
Okay. I would have never got
You would
that.
have never
I would have
guessed
never
that.
gotten
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Let me. Okay, so it's yours. Is the next one
Well,
TM? Josh, I have no idea.
The Matrix.
Oh, that was on my list too.
Really?
Yeah.
We have two of the same favorite movies?
Well, this is gonna get weird.
Okay. I think that your third one is going to be Braveheart.
No,
It wasn't? Okay.
that was gonna be my fourth one.
Okay.
but we don't have a
The
fourth one.
Patriot?
No,
Okay, what's your third?
my third one, Josh, and this is you're not gonna be happy about this.
Okay.
My third favorite movie, and Josh has never seen this,
Is it
is
the I Can Only Imagine movie?
Yes. No, it's not. It's not that. That was a good movie. I was surprised at how good that was. There was a lot of inside baseball on that, where it was like, we're going
I
to the
know.
youth group, and the
I
church is like, man, good for you.
Yeah.
Rank you very much.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember the name. October Skies or Sky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not seen that
Dude,
movie.
what a great movie.
Okay. What's it about?
I told you to watch that.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen it yet. I'll watch it.
How often my feelings are hurt. How often do I tell you to watch something? Never. I said, Josh, you got to watch October Skies.
Okay, I don't get to watch movies that I want to watch.
Okay, that's true. Let me tell you something though. October Sky, it sounds like a Nicholas Sparks movie, but it's not. It's the dumbest name for the most amazing movie.
What's
I don't
it
know why.
about?
It's about this kid who grows up in a small coal mining town, and his father wants him to be a coal miner. But this kid wants to become a rocket scientist. And so he starts building rockets, reading books, learning how, this is a true story, like learning how to make rockets from reading books, and nobody in the town knows how to do it.
Okay.
And he becomes successful at it.
Okay.
I love these true story kind of things. I just gave away the movie. I didn't actually give it away. There's a lot that
It
happens.
didn't sound like there was a lot of conflict there.
Oh, no, because his father doesn't want him to do it. Because it's one of those towns where the coal mining is like it's a union, so nobody actually owns anything, and they all just like rent out their furniture. They give him furniture, so it's like this is our way of life, and you got to do. And he's like, I don't want to. I mean, I like, and he works at the coal mining thing for a while and stuff, and it's a great. It's
All
a
right,
great
I'll check
film,
it out.
man.
I'll check it out.
God, it's
I
so
can
good.
see the cover. It's the kid going.
It's a terrible cover. It's a terrible name. Everything, but it's such a great movie. What's LLL? Lord loves the ring.
Lord loves the Ling.
I was
No.
trying to make Lord of the Rings fit in.
La La Land.
Josh, are you serious?
Yeah, I love that movie. Look, here's the bottom line.
Here's the bottom line.
When someone asks you what's your favorite movie is the first movie that pops into your head.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Anytime someone asks me what are some of your favorite movies, La La Land is always one of the first ones that pops in my head, right up there with The Matrix and Slumdog Millionaire. Those are the three that always come to my head first.
I would have never expected that. But you know what, Josh? I will watch that again for you.
Okay.
And I don't remember anything about it except
it's
I
good.
don't like musicals. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And this is going to...
It's a slight musical. There's like 3 songs.
I know. I just don't like them. I don't like songs in movies. I don't like that. I
Takes
don't
you
know
out of
why-
it.
It does. I'm like, okay.
Oh, now they're
whatever.
singing it again.
Yeah, like the only musical that I actually like. Do you want to guess?
Fiddler on the Roof.
I've never seen that.
Singing in the Rain.
Never seen that.
I don't know.
I
Guys
don't
and
like them.
Dolls.
Never heard of that.
Okay, what is it?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh,
What are you
yeah,
thinking?
yeah. Sorry.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is the only. I'm gonna say something that is gonna pee a lot of people off, Josh.
Okay.
That is the only good. I shouldn't say it.
Dick Van Dyke movie?
No. Everything that man does is amazing. It is the only good musical that exists on planet Earth. The only one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you something else, Josh. What's that? What's the clown one? They're like it's like the, you know what I'm talking about.
the clown musical? What are you talking about? The clown musical?
The circus.
Oh, The Greatest Showman?
Guys, I've lied to you. I have never seen that movie. I tried. I fell asleep. If I fall asleep during a movie, it means I don't like it. It means it's not worth it to me to go back and wake up and watch it. I'm serious. I fall asleep during every movie except for these favorite movies that I've seen.
Well, Greatest Showman is not. I don't think that's like well regarded as like a great musical. I just like it a lot, so I talk to you about it.
Oh, okay.
I think
Was it good?
I love it. It's one of my favorite movies.
Well, it didn't make the list.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me tell you. So you had if you had a fourth favorite movie, what would it be?
I don't know.
Because I have
that thing you do.
Okay, good. I'm glad that's on your list because it wanted to be on my list. That was going to be about 5, but mine was Braveheart. Fourth one is Braveheart. Okay, should we move on from this?
Well, we didn't even talk about Slumdog Millionaire or The Matrix at all.
Those,
Just,
in the words
what is there
of
to say?
what? Yeah, the chess speaks for itself.
The chess speaks for itself.
If you know,
What does that
if you
mean?
know what that is from, comment down below.
The chess speaks for itself. What's that from?
When that guy was allegedly cheating so much, they were interviewing. Like, the chess speaks for itself.
Nobody's gonna know what that means.
That was such huge news.
And yeah, because you care about chess.
Whatever, man. I thought you like
Jordan,
whatever.
Look, I pay attention to stuff going on online, and even I didn't know anything about that until you were telling me about it.
Well,
and then I noticed, there is some chess stuff going on online.
Well, let me tell you what, Josh. After we mentioned that I play chess last episode, I actually got, even though I said I wasn't going to play with people who...
You're playing with people?
No, but somebody asked to be my friend on there.
Oh, wow. Somebody found you.
From their username, I'm sure they're a Blimey Cow follower. So, and he actually is good.
Okay.
So I will play you. I know who you are. I forget your name because I forget names, but I know who you are, and I will play you. He will beat me in Rapid, I'm sure, because I'm not great at Rapid. But if we play a daily game, you will be destroyed. Probably. Hopefully. I don't want my rating to go down. He's like a 1,300.
It gave me hope this week. All right, Jordan. You told me you hadn't gone to the gym this week, so I don't know what you're going to...
Yeah, I don't have any... No, I do have a gym story.
Oh, okay.
I do. Wow.
What is it?
So, there's so many treadmills at the gym. It's like, how many just call it Planet Tread.
I know, and never more than like a third of them are ever being used, and that's like on the high end.
No, Josh. At mine, they're always used.
Oh, really?
Every single.
Wow.
But everybody, just like at church, everybody is spaced out. Pew, person sitting. Pew, person sitting. That's how we space out at the gym. It's just what you do. It's natural. You want your space, okay? So I went to this very specific treadmill, and I'm doing my knees over toes. That was my recommendation from last week. I was doing my knees over toes, so I was pushing the treadmill. Did I even tell people that I do that?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Okay, so I was pushing the treadmill backwards without it running, which by force. And I was like, look, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna go to the treadmill where it's such a low chance that somebody is going to be right next to me. But the treadmill that's right next to me, Josh, it is probably the best treadmill because it's got a pillar on the other side of it, so there's no chance that anybody can, and it's right next to the little wipey thing, so it's the perfect one. I didn't go to that one because that's Sarah's favorite, so I was like, hey, I'll be here, strategic chess, and I'll have Sarah park it right there in the favorite spot. That's checkmate. But so what gave me hope is that there was a girl who walked in. She didn't care. She was like, you know what? I'm taking that good one. Wow. And there were tons of treadmills open, and she went to the treadmill right next to me. Wasn't hitting on me. Wasn't flirting. We didn't even look at each other. I don't even know how old she was. No clue. Literally, that's how little I even looked over at her. And she was just doing her thing, just walking on the perfect treadmill. And I said, you know what? Good for you.
I respect the move.
I respect that. And that gave me hope because that was somebody who said, I don't care. I don't care what you do. This is my treadmill. Everybody loves that treadmill. This is my treadmill. I'm gonna use it no matter what because you're not on it. And you know what? It gave me a sense of community in some way. It really did.
Which you kind of need at the gym because you feel weird.
You do. And I didn't even look at her.
You have lots of great stories from the gym.
That's my last one. So let's see what happens next time.
Make sure you go to the gym.
Okay.
Sometime this week.
While I was telling this story, Josh, he has no good news. yet. Josh was typing in goodnewsnetwork.com.
No, this is where I go to find interesting good news stories.
But it wasn't on the notes.
Yeah, it actually was, bro. It's right there.
All I see is question. Josh, I misjudged you. The same way that I misjudged
literally
La La
right
Land.
there.
I misjudged La La Land too. Okay, what is this?
The largest explosion ever seen is captured by astronomers. Nothing on the scale has been witnessed before, Jordan. The largest explosion ever seen has been captured by astronomers, more than 10 times brighter than any known supernova and 3 times brighter than the most radiant tidal disruption event where a star falls into a black hole.
So where's the picture?
It was they've just detected it. It was detected in 2020, and it's been going on for years.
See, this is the problem with this stuff. It's like NASA or Good News Network, whoever this is, they want me to get excited. It's like, show me a picture.
Here's what's funny about, like, half the time you read NASA stuff, it's like they'll say like, oh, a planet 20 quadrillion miles away in another galaxy, and you're like, oh, okay. And then they have but then they have a picture of it, and you're like, holy, how do they have a picture of that? Mm-hmm. And then there's something like this, and it's like an explosion, supernova, and you're like, okay, well, that's cool if there's a picture.
Well, and then they always in the bottom, or wherever it says like this is a colorized image, and it's like, well, okay, so like how much of this is actually doctored up? Like, is it the whole thing?
Yeah.
What is it? So I really struggle with trusting that, but this is pretty sweet.
You're like a flat supernova-er.
See. No, yes, but no. I love space and science so much that I'm disappointed by it sometimes because I wish we had more.
Yeah,
and it's frustrating. So it's and these are the kinds of people that are telling me that I came from a single cell organism. Josh.
All right, it's time for the question of the week. Last week's question was, what is one mistake you made that taught you an important lesson in your life? Jordan, do you have a mistake that you made that taught you an important lesson that you want to share with the group?
Yes, I do. I trusted somebody that I shouldn't have trusted.
Jeez.
I was a child. This isn't going to get that dark, Josh, don't worry. I was a child. I was like 6 years old, something like that. It was one of my first crushes.
Oh, no.
And I was at a birthday party, kiddie pool,
Sure.
Like one of those little blue things.
Yeah,
you get for your dog. Well, I get for my dog, but you'd probably get for your child.
Yeah.
And they're playing in it, and I was just wanted to be around this person, this girl. She pushed me into the pool. I was fully clothed. Birthday party, far from home, very far from home, and I cried. My mom found me crying behind a bush. And that was an important lesson to not trust.
I feel like I have to mess everything up one time.
Just really royally screw up.
In order to do it right. But I think that I planned for that. I almost like to do it the wrong way the first time so I can remember that I need to do it. So I can.
You like messing up.
I like just kind of jumping headfirst into something that I don't quite understand exactly so that I can do it wrong the first time. Does that make sense?
But you're talking about like if you're learning something new?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the only way to do it. Embrace being bad at something.
But I will intentionally like go in more unprepared than I could go in. Just
I see what you mean.
And knowing that I'm probably wasting some time just because I know that that's how I learn well. It's like, if I sit here for an hour frustrated and unsure of what I'm doing and messing it up, then I'll remember every lesson along the way.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of great comments in terms of answering this question.
All right, let's see this.
This is from Mariah. She says, mistakes that I've learned from: don't put off friend making. If you don't make friends when you're young, you'll have no one when you're old.
She opened up a book and read that quote, copy and pasted it.
No, you think so?
Oh yeah. Mariah, prove me wrong.
How is she going to prove that? Okay.
Exactly. How is the Earth not flat? Prove it.
Mariah, I think that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing with the group.
No, it was too good.
This is from Abigail. My answer to the question of the week: one time I grabbed the heating coil of the oven with an oven mitt, somehow thinking that would protect me. The oven mitt immediately started on fire. That was a very important lesson that should have already been obvious. Oven mitts will only do so much.
This is exactly like when you're skiing. You fall. For some stupid reason, your natural reaction while the boat is speeding away is to hold on to the rope that's pulling you.
Oh,
and you
yes,
can't
100%.
breathe.
100%.
And you're like, and they're like, let go. And you're like, what is? And then you're like, oh, why am I doing this? And then you let go, and then it's like, well, I'm an idiot.
That's the number one. Yeah, I remember when they're teaching you to like water ski or whatnot. That's like the number one first thing they say is just when you start to fall, let go.
That's how you that is how you get hurt, is holding on for too long.
Dude, one time I was in the boat when someone was water skiing. The rope snapped. That thing came and whipped me in the arm.
Wait, whose boat?
The Snyders, I believe. Or maybe the
That's
Turners?
shock. I literally cannot imagine that Mr. Lee would have let that happen.
I don't know.
I don't
got
think so.
Smacked in the arm, dude.
Yeah, I don't think that it was him.
I had the pain.
There's no way.
All right, this week's question is, what's a movie that you think is severely underrated?
La La Land for Josh. October Skies for me. No, I'll come up with another
Yeah, I'll
one.
come up with a good one. What is a movie that you think is severely underrated? Let us know in the comments below. All right, let's recommend some things. This week, I want to recommend a game called Humanity.
A video game?
It's a video game. Dude, it's basically like a modern Lemmings.
Oh, don't tell me that. This is my favorite game.
I know. So Lemmings, back in the day, was this old MS-DOS game.
Oh, man, we got to explain this.
All the lemmings,
We're old.
there were all these little creatures, and they would come out of the hatch, and your job was to get them to the exit. But there were always all these traps, and you had to give the lemmings different actions to do. Maybe one of them is building a bridge. Or
They're orange and green hair and
yeah.
blue suits.
And
they're almost like...
it was fantastic. It was one of the first. It probably was one of the first puzzle game I ever played, other than like the Incredible Machine.
Yeah, and it predicted what we went through when they were making us go through the grocery stores.
That's exactly
in a
right.
circle.
That's
They're
exactly
like,
right.
Beep, going this way.
Well,
coming out.
you know what? I don't know that Lemmings was supposed to be somewhat of like a metaphor like that, but I do know that this new Humanity game, instead of just like a few lemmings coming out, it's just like this mob of people that come out of the gate. And
Are they masked up?
No.
Well, they should be.
Okay,
Where do I find this?
Gotta stay safe.
I gotta play this game.
And you play as a dog that is giving them commands. And so you're like, bark, and then and you tell them, when you get here, go left. When you get here, go right. When you get here, jump.
He bark? He says bark.
You go left. Dude,
I got
it's
you.
so fun. It's so good. It really
All right.
it feels like Lemmings, and each stage has like other things that, like, if you want to get really fancy, you can try to accomplish, or you can just complete the level just to like survive. Great game. It's
Okay.
called Humanity. I think it's on Steam, or it's on PC, and then it's on PlayStation.
That sounds like my kind of game.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Okay, what about you? You got anything to recommend?
Yes, I have. I've been on a roll recommending YouTube channels. So there's a couple of YouTube channels. There is the main one that I wanted to suggest is a guy named Mike Patey, I think his name is, or Patty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Patey.
I've heard you guys talking about this.
This guy is so unbelievable. It's so awesome. He's an engineer, but has a lot of background in learning how to build airplanes and stuff like that. So if you're interested in engineering or anything like that, or just creating things just by reading books and like learning and stuff like that in your spare time, this guy is, dude, it's so inspiring. I watch that guy all the time. He's got a series, Josh, where he builds an airplane from scratch, like welds the frame, does all the stuff, makes the landing gears, designs it all in SolidWorks, or which is like CAD. Yeah, but it's SolidWorks. You just can go through and watch him build the entire thing, and he uses it as a rescue. He lives in Utah, but he uses it as a rescue plane. And dude, he's got solar panels on the wings, and he's got two electric motors, like motocross bikes. Why can't I think of that word? I'm sorry, dirt bikes or something like that. Attached to it that are charging while he's flying. He lands in these remote areas, gets off, rides the bike. He's a modern day Batman. It's amazing.
Half the stuff you tell me that he does, it's like, well, how am I hearing about this from you guys the first time? Like, I feel like this would be like a.
You do know him. This is the dumb thing. You do know him. He's like the kind of guy who does all the stuff behind the scenes that you hear about.
Okay.
So if you hear of Red Bull doing something like a big
right.
thing,
Yeah,
he was the one
okay.
behind that, but
Yeah,
you never
okay.
see him.
Like people jumping out of spaceships. And
I don't think he
falling
was.
to the earth.
I don't think he was a part of that. But he did design the plane that landed in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. I'm pretty sure, on the hotel helipad.
Yeah. Wow.
They landed a plane on that. Wow. I don't think that one got as much attention, but he was like the guy behind that.
Okay.
So a great YouTube channel. So I'll recommend another channel another day.
Okay. Well, I thank you for recommending that because I keep meaning to check it out. Anytime you and
Mike
Dad are
Patey.
together and you guys are texting, oh, did you see what he made this week?
Mike Patey. Mike
Okay.
Patey.
All right, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
Are we done?
I don't know.
That's it.
Oh, well, great. Well, that was a great episode. This was our best one yet.
I really enjoy doing this podcast. This is a lot
I
of
do
fun
too.
getting to. I like doing the kind of different random segments, and it's like a little variety program.
It's a variety show. It's a comedy special.
Yeah.
It's a comedy show. Nobody knows what that's
It's
from.
humorous. That's what our dad always says. When he thinks something is funny, he goes, it's like a comedy show. It's humorous. It's just humorous. So we always say that. It's
That's
humorous.
always the fun. It's always fun. Dad saying that is always funnier than whatever he said.
It's humorous.
It always makes me laugh more.
We love you, Dad. Okay. Thanks for watching our podcasting program on
Peace
YouTube.
out.
Thanks. Take care, everybody.